Hi, friends. Have you ever played with a puppy or had a puppy? And what you find with puppies, everything is new to them. The world is brand new, and they're always exploring and getting into things. They just wander. And if your puppy was like our puppy, it wouldn't necessarily come back when you called it. It kept going and wandering, and sometimes it got into trouble and it needed your help to get out of it. Well, we're going to talk about a wandering mind, which is very much like a wandering puppy. But we're going to do all of that in just a few minutes. Hi, friends. I am Marcelin, and you are inside of Stress Talk. We're talking about the hidden causes of stress and what working women can do to discover their own individual hidden causes and how they can create a path to relaxation and a way to lower stress. Today, I want to talk about what am I talking about? Ooh, I almost forgot. I want to talk about puppies and how the mind wanders. But first, I want to share a couple of things with you. So just bear with me, and then I'll get into the meat of what I'm going to talk about. First, I want you all to make sure that you are watching Stress Talk live on Sunday, April 11th at 4 p.m. because a very dear friend of mine is going to join us. Frenette Mock is a licensed professional clinical counselor in the state of Ohio. And she's also a registered art therapist. She's going to share her wisdom, experience, and knowledge about thinking and how thinking affects the stress level. So I want to make sure that you're in person, you're in person with us as we're live watching, because I think she's going to share a lot of things that will be very helpful to you. The second thing is, I want to let you know that in the next few weeks, I'm going to be releasing a help, a supportive help for you. And it is in the form of a course. The course is called From Burnout to Balance. You will be able to access this course in a couple of different ways. First, you can either access it in a self-help format where you can use it on your own and go at your own pace. Or you can join me in a mastermind situation. And in the mastermind, you're going to spend a number of days with me as we look at you in a group. I didn't say that right. We'll be in a group format. Thank you. We'll be in a group format, and I will be able to help you individually work on whatever is causing you to stress. I'm excited about releasing these two supportive helps for you because I think I've put a lot of work into it, and I've also included some things that helped me. So, From Burnout to Balance will be available in a self-help format where you can go at your own pace, do it on your own time format. I know there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there. The other format will be in the form of a mastermind group where I'll be able to work with you in an individual type level. We'll be in a group, but I'll be able to work with you individually and give you individual attention. The whole purpose of this supportive help is to transform you from almost being burned out or being burnt out to going to a more balanced lifestyle in your way, one that fits you, fits your lifestyle. How about that? So look for those two things, April 11th with Frenette Mock, and in a few weeks, I'll be releasing those two opportunities for you. And I'll give you plenty of time so you know when it's coming and how to access both. So let's get into what we're talking about today. I think about the mind like a puppy, and my mind, I can start thinking about a sheet of paper and end up thinking about what I'm going to make for dinner, right? My mind goes off on tangents, and it's so hard to stay focused sometimes. I mean, I can be at work and I'm working on a task, and if that task isn't something that I really like, my mind goes, it just starts to go thinking about other things. And not only does it think about other things, it thinks about lots of other things simultaneously, to the point where I am not focused on the work in front of me. And what happens? I get frustrated because I have to keep starting all over. I get angry with myself because I'm distracted. And I get behind. Ooh, see, I can emotional about this thing. I get behind in what I'm trying to do. And when I get behind, that causes my stress level to go up. I also sometimes deliberately distract myself because I don't want to attend to what I'm working on. So we want to do things that will help our minds to anchor, right? To root, so that we're not going on 50 million different tangents like a puppy that doesn't want to mind and listen, and it goes off on its own thing. We want to do some exercises that will help our minds root. So let me give you some example, because as I said before, I am a visual person. It helps me to use visual images to get my point across and to help me to understand. So when I'm talking about getting rooted, think about a tree. A tree that has very long roots is usually pretty tall and pretty strong. And it takes a lot to topple the tree over, especially if the roots are big and they go deep into the ground. The deeper the roots, the harder it is to knock the tree over. And I live in an area where there are hurricanes, and I've seen some pretty big, strong trees toppled. Well, part of the reason they get toppled is because the ground might be saturated with water. And so the ground is unstable and it doesn't hold. Or the tree's roots aren't very deep. And so it doesn't take very much to knock the tree off. But a tree that has very deep roots in a ground that is firm, that can hold that tree in place, wind can come and the tree will just, right? It just sways, but it doesn't fall over. That's part of what I'm talking about, having deep roots, allowing your mind to be rooted. Another example I can use, our teeth, right? Our teeth are, when you look at the x-rays of your teeth, there are like 4 roots in the gum. And as long as your gum is healthy, you can't pull your tooth out. It is so impacted in your gum and in the bone that it doesn't move. That's what we're talking about. Rooted. You want to do exercises that root your mind so that you can attend to the thing that you want to attend to, so that you can be focused. Another example is a boat, a ship. Now, I live on the coast, the Atlantic coast, and we have a lot of boats in our area. The thing about a boat is, once it's in that water, It has to be tethered to something. Because if it's not tethered, it'll just float away. It'll go wherever the tide is. Wherever the water takes it, that boat will go unless it is tethered. So we have to anchor the boat somehow. Either it's tethered to a pole or poles on the land, or it's anchored. There's an anchor on the boat, and you put the anchor in the water and it sinks into the ground in underwater, right? As long as that boat is anchored, that boat can only go so far. It stays in one place for the most part. The same with ships, cargo ships, Navy ships, the same with ships. As long as they're anchored, those ships can't move. Some ships have more than one anchor. Some ships have several anchors to keep them firmly in place so they're not just floating along. Okay? We want to anchor our mind. And one way that we do that, one way we can practice that is by doing mindfulness. You've heard me talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is paying attention on purpose. It's intentional. You're paying attention to the present moment with kindness, with curiosity, and without judgment. So you're just paying attention. And there are exercises to help do that. One of the exercises that we're going to do today, or the main exercise we're going to do today, is a breathing anchor exercise. And what it is we're just focusing on the breath. We're focusing on the act of breathing. And by doing so, that will help to bring our mind and our attention and our awareness to the act of breathing. You know, I always talk about breathing being the simple, most effective way to lower your stress level. Well, breathing is also the most effective way to bring your mind root your mind, to anchor your mind in the present. And when you can do that, when you can anchor your present and without it, going all over the place, thinking about 50 million things, then that's going to lower the stress level. So I'm going to take you through this breathing anchor meditation. It's a mindful meditation. And I want you to just, as you follow the instructions, as you follow the wording, I just want you to bring kind awareness to whatever thought comes to your mind. And when I speak of kind awareness, it's really just being aware, number one, having awareness of the thought, but it is also extending kindness to it as well. And it's the same thing that when you greet someone, you tell them, "Have a nice day," or you say to them, "Oh, I hope you're doing well." You're extending kindness. So whatever thought comes to mind, greet that thought with kindness. The other thing is greet it with curiosity. You don't have to judge it. You don't have to say, why am I thinking this? You can just greet it with some curiosity, like, that's interesting. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Oh, I wonder what's going on and what brought that to my attention. So you want to greet it with kind awareness as well as with curiosity. This is a no judgment zone right now. So what I'd like for you to do, and I'm actually going to change the screen, And you'll still be able to hear me, but I'm going to change the screen so that we have, doesn't it look like she is just enjoying the moment? She's enjoying the sunshine on her face, and she's enjoying the warmth of the sunshine, and she's taking in some nice fresh air. And I'm going to take a sip of my tea before we get started with our mindfulness meditation. And my tea today is apple mint. And I broke off a bit of a couple of fresh leaves from apple mint plant and just poured some warm water over it to make a nice apple mint tea. It's very good. Okay. So just take a moment to sit in a comfortable position. Now, when you do a mindfulness meditation, you can sit, you can stand, you can lie on the floor or lie on the bed, something that's firm. What you cannot do, however, is drive a car. Do not drive a car during a mindfulness meditation or operate a mechanical, or more motorized vehicle, because mindfulness meditations really cause you to relax a great deal. It would be dangerous to do so. To drive a vehicle, operate a motorized vehicle, or use something mechanical. The other thing is, please do not use small kitchen appliances or anything that has sharp blades or anything during this meditation, because again, it could pose a danger. So I will caution you about that. And now just sit in a nice, comfortable position. Sometimes it's very helpful to sit in a chair that has a straight back with your feet firmly planted on the floor, or you can lie down on a firm surface. If you choose, you may stand up. I've never done a mindfulness meditation standing. I would again caution against that, because you may get so relaxed you might lose your balance. So this mindfulness practice is your breathing anchor practice, where you root your awareness into the present moment, much like an anchor that roots a ship to one place. This will help you to dissolve anxiety, decrease stress, and allow the body to heal in a relaxed, peaceful state. So to begin, adopt as comfortable a position as possible. It's often best to be sitting, but you can do it in any posture: standing, lying, sitting, or even walking. My guidance will assume you're sitting, but adapt the instructions to whatever posture you've chosen. Sitting with your back upright, get relaxed with your spine following its natural curves. See if you can establish a position that feels dignified, alert, and yet relaxed. And allow your body to settle, to rest down into gravity, letting it be supported by the chair or floor beneath you. And gently close your eyes if that's possible and if that's comfortable. This will help your awareness settle by lessening external distractions. Gradually allow your awareness to gather around the sensations of the breath in your body. Where do you feel the breath most strongly? Be curious about your actual experience, letting go of what you think should be happening, and being with your experience without judgment. Now, very gently, rest your awareness in the whole torso. Can you feel your belly swelling on the in-breath and subsiding on the out-breath? Can you feel any movement and sensations with the breath in the sides and the back of the body as well? Gradually inhabit your body a little more deeply with a sense of kindly curiosity towards whatever you're experiencing as you breathe. Remember to be accepting of whatever's happening. See if you can cultivate a precise awareness of the sensations and movement of the breath in the body as they happen, moment by moment, being careful not to strain. Allow your awareness to be utterly receptive as it rests upon the natural movement of the breath in the body. Allow the breath to be saturated with kindliness as it rocks and cradles the body, soothing any stress, pain, or discomfort you may feel. Now become aware of any thoughts and emotions. Remember that mindfulness isn't about having a blank mind. It is normal to think. Mindfulness is the training whereby you cultivate awareness of what is actually happening physically, mentally, and emotionally. So you can gradually change your perspective and feel you have more choice in how you relate to life. Can you be aware of what you're thinking and feeling without either blocking experience or getting overwhelmed by it? And remember, thoughts are not facts, even though we often think that they are. As you develop perspective on your thoughts and emotions, including undermining ones, can you let go of being so caught up in them? Notice how they're continually changing one moment to the next, exactly the same way your breath is always changing. Your thoughts and emotions are not as fixed, as solid as you perhaps thought. Using awareness of movement and sensations of the breath in your body as an anchor for the mind over and over again. Follow the breath all the way in and the way out. Each time your awareness wanders, as it will, simply note this and return to the breathing anchor time after time after time, moment by moment. Making sure you're very kind and patient with yourself, even if you have to start again 100 times. It's okay. This is what the training is all about. And remember that each time you notice you've wandered, it is a magic moment of awareness, a moment where you've woken up from a distraction, a moment of choice. So when you catch yourself having wandered off, you're succeeding in the practice, just as you're succeeding when you manage to stay with the breath. What's happening now? What are you thinking? Just note this and guide your awareness back to the sensation of the breath in the body over and over again. And now, gently begin to bring the breathing anchor practice to a close, opening your eyes and be aware of the sounds around you, inside and outside of the room. Feel your whole body and gradually, gently begin to move. Make sure you give yourself time to make a smooth transition from the breathing anchor practice to whatever you're doing next. Hi, friends. Welcome back. What was that like for you? What was that? What what was it like? Take note of how you feel in your body and take note of the breath and how it anchored you. Also, just take a moment to just reflect on the thoughts that came to mind and whether you were able to bring your awareness and attention back to the breath after acknowledging those thoughts. Well, this is a practice that is available to you. It will certainly be on our Facebook page, right? Also, it will be on YouTube, so you can always go back to it if you like. You'll also be able to listen to it on the Stress Talk with Marceline podcast, which this episode will drop on Wednesday, so you'll be able to listen to it. When we talk about anchoring, using breathing to anchor our thoughts and our mind, it's something that has to be practiced. It's not always easy to go from a wandering mind to a mind that is disciplined. So it's something that needs to be practiced, and you can certainly use this particular exercise to practice it. I also want to make sure that you know this exercise, this script was written by Mindfulness Exercises, and they have mindfulness exercises available to the public. And you can find those at mindfulnessexercises.com. So I want to give attribution to Mindfulness Exercises, who wrote this particular script. Well, that's all for today. I'm always so glad that you joined me. I'm happy that you thought it was not robbery to spend 30 minutes with me. I definitely hope that Stress Talk with Marceline is helpful to you. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Let me know if it is helpful to you, if you are learning what you need, getting what you need out of it. Also, let me know what you need as it relates to stress and stress relief, stress management, because I want to be able to, I want to be of service to you. We live in very stressful times. Our families, many are struggling. The world has gone crazy. And I know that we struggle with stress, and stress affects us physically, mentally, and emotionally. And we have to be healthy if we're going to get through this time that we are in. We have to be healthy. And we have to be healthy if in order to help our families to get through this time and our friends to get through this time. So I want to be of service. And this is my contribution to the people that I love. I'm working on myself, and I hope that what I'm sharing will help you to work on you. So that's it. I'm going to spend some time with my fam, enjoy them, and I want you to enjoy yours. I'm Marcelyn Bailey, and as always, take good care.